Good morning. Happy 4th of July. Bright and early. It is 5:30 in the morning. I know, I get up early. The sun is just come up. It's a beautiful day. Gonna be a little roasty toasty. I think it's supposed to be, I think it's like 113 today. Hey, it's Arizona. What do you expect? Today we're talking about a very heavy topic, but it's a topic very near and dear to my heart. We're talking about veterans. Those who have served to fight and protect our freedoms, our liberties, our rights, and what it meant to them, what it means to us. Big topic. As many of you know, I am on the board of directors of the Veterans Ranch. Got my Veterans Ranch shirt on today, of course. And this is one of the biggest honors I have ever had in my life. I mean, I've done some cool stuff. And I have a cool job as a trauma therapist. But being asked to serve on the board of directors for veterans, oh my gosh, that's huge. For me, that's huge. A lot of people in my family have served. Someone I'm very close to has served. And it's big. It's very, very big. And I just want people to stop and think for just a few minutes. We're going way back now, when our country came to be in the, when the fights were being fought in 1776. It was one hell of a battle. They didn't have the guns and ammo we have now. They didn't have the intel, the internet. They had their guns, their sabers, their swords, their hands, and they fought with all of the above. And they knew, when the Founding Fathers came to America, they knew what they were up against. When they left King George III and said, we're going to do it our way. We deserve better. They knew they had one hell of a fight on their hands. And when they decided to break free, it wasn't pretty. It was not well received. When they told the monarch, no, yeah, most people didn't do that and live. Our Founding Fathers did. And yes, I have a lot of friends and clients in the UK that are gagging when they hear this. They have a different perspective. We always agree to disagree. But there was one fight ahead of them. They knew it. They did it anyway. They wanted to be able to practice whatever religion they wanted to practice. They wanted to live their lives freely, to be able to speak freely, that every man had a voice. And they fought for that. Instead of being ruled by a king, by a monarch, no. We have a president. We have elected officials. They fought for that. I mean, we have people that lost their lives fighting for this. And that's why it's so important to keep that in mind when you go to vote. Keep that in mind. Someone died so that you could pull that lever. Someone died so that you could make your opinion felt, make your voice known, put your elected official in office. Someone died, many died, just so you could do that. Don't take that for granted. I was talking to a veteran. I guess I have a lot of veteran clients, but this one that I'm speaking of was a few years ago. They've passed since. And they came back. They had lost a limb. They had a prosthesis. We were talking about it. And they said they were mad. And I said, okay, what makes you mad? He said, because nobody gives a damn. Nobody cares that I lost my arm trying to do my job, to protect the rights, the liberties, and freedoms for America. Nobody cares. He said, he cared, but even his own kids take it for granted. And that's sad. That is sad. If you're at a restaurant or at a mall or grocery shopping, and you see someone that you know is a veteran, because many of them will wear a jacket or a vest or a hat or something, walk up and say thank you. Ask if you can give them a hug and say thank you. That would mean the world to them. Just a thank you. I mean, I'm 65. I am too old to go overseas and serve my country. Honestly, I would if I could. Honest to God, if I could, I would. I don't think they're going to take me, but I would if I could. Instead, I do what I can for our veterans, for our active duty military, for the Gold Star families. I do what I can. I treat a lot of veterans, a lot of families, a lot of active duty military, law enforcement. I do what I can to pay them back for what they have sacrificed for me, for my son, for my granddaughter, for future generations. I don't take that lightly. And I have raised my son to feel the same way. We don't take this lightly. We have family members that served. We've heard the stories. We know. It wasn't pretty, and they did it anyway. When somebody signs up, many kids, because you have to be 18 to sign up. And so many times kids have these delusions of grandeur that they're going to go overseas and it's going to be beautiful and fun. Well, it might be when you're on leave, but yeah, the rest of the time, probably not so much. Boot camp is not a fun time. I personally know a DI, a drill instructor, and well, I know them on one level and they are just the sweetest, most wonderful person. I would not want them as my DI because they would rip you a new one and enjoy doing it because that's their job, to make you rough and tough and handle what's to come, to prepare you. And it's a lot. The first time somebody goes actually into combat, it's not like deer hunting. It's not like paintball. The first time you shoot someone and you take a life, that will stay with you. The first time somebody next to you is shot and dies, maybe they die in your arms, that's going to stay with you. The things that you see, the horrific things you witness, that stays with you. That's where PTSD comes in, and complex PTSD. Moral injury, where you were raised to believe a certain way. Your family has morals and ethics and values, and maybe you're raised in the church, and then you go off, you join the military, and that's great, and you're in combat, and you see things that you didn't even think were possible. That stays with you. And when it rubs against your grain, it goes against everything you believe in. But you got to do it anyway. It's your job. That's moral injury. I see a lot of that. But these guys do it anyway. Our founding fathers did it anyway. Our soldiers every day go over and they do it anyway. All day, every day. They have babies, they come home, they see their family, they get a note, their wife, girlfriend's pregnant, they're excited. They may never come back and see that baby. They may not get to see the baby grow up because they're stationed, for 4 years someplace. It's hard to say. But they sacrifice so much for each and every one of us. Look at the other countries and how people live there. 5-year-olds have a job. They work in factories. How many of us know a 5-year-old? They're sitting in front of the TV, watching Scooby-Doo, eating cereal. That's a 5-year-old. They're out in the backyard practicing t-ball, kicking a soccer ball. No, in other countries, they have a job. Everybody works to support the family who's just barely getting by. Women are treated deplorably. I have friends, I'm successful. I have my own business. I'm educated. I drive a car. I vote. I definitely speak my mind. I have female friends that are doctors, that are lawyers, that are business women, that are very successful. And in other countries, that's just not going to happen. Many of us are single by choice. And yeah, that's not going to happen either. Some want kids, some don't want kids. Some want to adopt kids when they're single. Yeah, you're not going to do that either. Count your blessings. Count your blessings. We are very blessed to to be where we are. That's why everybody wants to come here. Because America is the greatest. Lord knows we've got our problems, especially right now. But you can come here and have a life. You know, you can see who you want to see, date who you want to date, marry who you want to marry, work in whatever capacity you're willing to have the education to do so. Have your own business. Have your own thoughts, your own beliefs. Practice your religion. That's pretty awesome. That is really awesome. And we have people who have fought and died to guarantee this for us. Please do not take that for granted. Please. And one last thing, because I know I'm prattling on a little bit, do something to support your veterans. I mean, yeah, I would love for everybody to donate to the Veterans Ranch. Please do. You know, it's theveteransranch.org. Go online. Please donate. We have some adorable merchandise. We have shirts like this. They have, it's called the 1776 collection, and it is adorable. I mean, they've got some cute stuff. Mugs and tumblers and glasses and just really cute stuff. The Veterans Ranch provides free equine therapy to veterans, active duty military and Gold Star families, those dealing with PTSD, complex PTSD, grief, sorrow, loss. We got your back. We just need you to have ours so that we can continue. And if you can't, I mean, so many families are struggling right now. If you can't make a donation, if you can't buy a t-shirt or a mug or something, you know what you can do? You can hug a veteran and tell them thank you from the bottom of your heart, and teach your kids. Shake their hand and tell them thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am, for all that you've sacrificed for us. Have a good 4th.